Hello, welcome to the virtual reading fair afternoon reading session. And it's good to see you guys again. And I'm Meredith McGee, the chair of Community Library, Mississippi. This is an intellectual revolution. Let's read. Okay, so everybody else tell us who you are.
My name is Clarence.
Well, I'm Lynette.
Okay, Harry.
My name is Harry Chutt, and I am 6 years old, and I am going to the first grade.
Ooh. All right, so who's gonna volunteer to read first? Lynette, you want to read this time? Lynette, you want to read
I
first?
need to read first.
Can we let Lynette read first?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all. I need to read first because I'll be able to listen, but I'm gonna have to get out of my chair and work on something else, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to pick up The Great Migration by Jacob Lawrence. And Jacob Lawrence was talking about people migrating or moving from the north to the south. I mean, from the south to the north for better opportunities. Remember that word, Harry, we talked about migration?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. All right. Do you know the word migration, Clarence?
Yes, ma'am.
You know the word migration, Harry?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean to you?
Migration, moving from one place to another.
Can you tell me?
She's asking Clarence.
Oh, well, when people migrate, it's usually when they move from one place to another.
You get it?
Very good. You all are so smart. Okay.
Yes, they are.
Well, I'm going to pick up and just read a few pages. I'll read a few pages every day until we get finished, okay? All right. Northern Industries offered Southern blacks jobs as workers and lent them money to be repaid later for their railroad tickets. The northbound trains were packed with recruits. What can you tell me? Do you know the word recruit? What a recruit person is? It's like when you playing basketball and I want to recruit you to play for my team. What am I trying to get you to do?
Like volunteer or?
I'm kind of outside, right? Okay. Nature had ravaged the South, floods, ruined farms, and the boll weevil destroyed cotton crops. Now this is Jacob Lawrence. Okay. The war had doubled the cost of food, making life even harder for the poor. So if you're already poor and can't buy food, and the prices of food go up, and you have no work, that makes it harder to get food.
So this was the Great Depression.
I think it was like started with World War I. Yes. Railroad stations were so crowded with migrants that guards were called in to keep order. Why do you think the railroad stations were crowded?
Because people were trying to leave their communities and try to go to a better community so they could have better opportunities and live better and have better opportunities for jobs, and so they could feed their families and take care of their families.
That's why it was crowded. The flood of migrants northward left crops back home to dry and spoil. There was nobody to work the crops. They were all trying to leave. Conditions had gotten that bad. They were moving somewhere else. And that's what people do. For African Americans, the South was barren in many ways. There was no justice for them in the courts, and their lives were often in danger. So barren means what? Empty. Although slavery had long been abolished, white landowners treated the black tenant farmers harshly and unfairly. So they are poor, they're hungry, they're scared, they're homeless, almost homeless, and then they're being mistreated. And so the migration grew. What are those people doing?
They're getting up
What do you
out
all
of there.
see? You see them leaving? They're migrating, right? They're leaving. And it's hard to leave home. Segregation divided the South. The black newspapers told of better housing and jobs in the North. Families would arrive very early at the railroad station to make sure they could get on the northbound trains. Early arrival was not easy because African Americans found on the streets could be arrested for no reason.
Oh,
no
wow.
reason at all. They just stopped what they want to do.
Was that in the South or the North?
Anybody?
That was the South or the North?
South. They were trying to leave the South, so they were.
I mean, where they were getting arrested at, was that in the South or the North?
In the South, right, in the South. They were leaving, they were trying to leave early in the morning to go to the railroad stations, but they were getting arrested just for being on the street. Harassing, being harassed. And the migrants kept coming. They were not going to be turned around. They just kept going. Okay, we'll stop there and I'll pick back up tomorrow. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You welcome.
Good story.
You welcome.
Okay.
I think
Who's next?
This is a lovely.
Go ahead, Lynette.
I'm just saying, I think this is a very interesting book. I think I'm going to do a little research and see if I can find some pictures of him where he said he had all of his paintings laid out. And I would love to see the series. You know, he numbered them, and I would love to do the whole series together.
Yeah,
and who's the author? Who's the author of that book?
Jacob Lawrence.
Okay. There's a whole series.
What's yours?
Right. It was a series of 40 paintings. And he did them all at the same time because he wanted to be, he made it to be a series.
Yeah. If you remember, this is just a comment. The Looking Good store downtown, Gringle, on the side, the store that burned, on
Right.
On that side, Gringle Renaissance Scholars did that mural. About the Great we did that about the Great Migration. But the store, the store burned.
Burned, right. I remember the pictures on the side of the building. Well, he started the series in 1940 when he was 22, and it took him a year. It took him a year to get it done.
Yes.
Young man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Lynette. That was a nice story.
That's a good story.
Who's gonna read next? Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, good. Tell us your name and
It don't sleep like 30 minutes ago.
My name is Clarence Gong, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm going to the 7th grade. And the story I'm reading is Companies Coming.
okay. That's a new book.
Yeah.
That's a new book.
Issue for every time by you come for the appointment.
Okay.
On the day Shirley had invited all her relatives to dinner, and Mo, her husband, was pleasantly tinkering the yard. A flying saucer quietly landed next to their tool shed. Mo was surprised. Shirley, he yelled. Shirley joined Mo on the patio. Mo, you had to buy that barbecue? It's too big. Shirley, it's not a barbecue, Mo said. Suddenly, a small hatch on the saucer opened, and out walked two visitors from outer space. Greetings, they spoke in English. We come in peace. Do you have a bathroom? Stunned, Shirley replied. Down the hall and to the left. The foreigners The foreigners nodded graciously and walked into the house. How could you let them into our house? Mo was upset. Did you see those helmets? Those ray guns? They'll vaporize us. Mo was very upset. Shush, they're coming, Shirley whispered. Stay calm, be polite. Maybe we can make friends with them.
Okay.
What a lovely house you have, the strangers commented. What do you call this place? Belmore, Shirley politely answered. The visitors nodded. We're from far away, and we've been traveling for years on our way to the next galaxy. How about a sandwich? You must be hungry. Shirley nervously interrupted. Would you like to stay for dinner? Gee, they replied, we'd love to. We'll return at 6 o'clock. The spacemen went into the back of their ship and flew off. Mo and Shirley ran into the house. Are you crazy? The cousins are coming tonight. Why did you invite them to dinner? Mo asked. They'll atomize us. Belmore, the whole earth is doomed. I tell you, Mo was hysterical.
Huh?
Mo, take it easy. They look like nice boys, Shirley said. Come help me make the potato salad. But Mo had other thoughts. Saying he had washed his hands, he went upstairs and called the FBI. The FBI called the Pentagon, and the Pentagon called the Army, the Air Force, and the Marines. At 5:45, the house was surrounded.
Wow, it's a war, isn't it?
Inside, the cousins sat, panicked. Act natural, Shirley told her relatives. Be nice so they look a little different. I'm sure they'll be friendly, she said, and she served the appetizers. Don't worry, Mo added. If those aliens take one false move, they've had it. So relax. Mo heard a humming and ran to the window. They're here, he yelled. The doorbell rang. Everyone froze. Cousin Ita fainted. I'll get it, Shirley called. She went to the door. Hello, come right in. She greeted the men from outer space. They were carrying a box. How about a drink? Some soda? Are you tired? It's getting late. If you want to leave now, you'll just miss the traffic. Mo tried to usher them out. So guys, what's new? Have you been to Venus yet? I heard it's hot in the summer. Cousin Sheldon, the loudmouth asked. The spaceman sat. Well, we're on our way to check out a new planet. Our population has grown so quickly that we must branch out and find find new places to live. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sure, we know what you mean. Mo blurted out. An invasion. We're doomed, he whispered to Cousin Harriet. Dinner, Shirley called. And, oh, please, before dinner, we have something for you. It'll knock you out. The visitors presented the box. It's a bomb. It's a gas. It's a laser. Ita yelled, and then faced it again. Soldiers bursted into the houses. Tanks pointed their guns.
And that's in the house?
Yes, ma'am. Shirley gingerly began to unwrap the gift. We weren't sure if you had one of these. The man started to say. Shirley interrupted. The cousins were paralyzed. Shirley continued. Mo was sweating from head to toe. Oh, Shirley blurted. Ita, Mo, and Sheldon fainted. It's a blender, Shirley declared, and we don't even have one. We thought you'd like it, and it was on sale. The spaceman beamed. Shirley went over and kissed them both. Let's eat, she said.
Now, who is that on the page?
Shirley. That's Shirley.
Okay.
And then, luckily, Shirley had made extra spaghetti and meatballs. The cousins, the soldiers, the pilots, the Marines, the FBI men, everyone sat down and had a delicious meal from soup to nuts.
Yeah, I'm going over to their house.
And that's the end.
That's the end. That was a good story. So can you sum up what happened in that story?
Okay. So what happened is that in the beginning of the story, Mo is the man. A flying saucer landed when he was like mowing the lawn. So when that happened, after the flying saucer landed, he called Shirley, and then Shirley, instead of wanting to be kind of worried, she wanted to be polite to them, and maybe they won't do any of the things that they thought they were gonna do, or that they thought that the husband thought that they were gonna do. So instead, she invited them to dinner and treated them gratefully. But instead, when she wanted help cooking dinner, he didn't. He was upstairs and he called the FBI agents. He called the Marines, everybody, the Pentagon. He called everybody for reinforcements just if they messed up one time, because he thought that they would do something to them because they were aliens. So then they said they came in with a box, and then that's when everybody's guard went up, and they wanted to know what was inside of the box. And then when they started unwrapping it, and then the FBI and all of them, they came in the house and they were ready. If anything that was like a gas or a laser or a beam, they were ready for if anything happened. They were ready. So, and then everybody in the house fainted but Shirley. And then the gift was actually a blender, and they didn't actually have a blender. So it was actually nice, and FBI and everyone, they actually stayed over at the house.
And they ate some spaghetti and meatballs?
Yes,
Yeah.
No leftovers that day. No leftovers that day.
Well, Clarence, you read so well. Have you ever heard of somebody named Morgan Friedman?
Ma'am?
Have you ever heard of Morgan Freeman?
No, ma'am.
Well, you gotta Google him. He's from Mississippi. He's a famous actor who gets paid a lot of money for reading and narrating things. I think you might have an early career star.
I believe so too.
I
Mhm.
do, yeah.
I'll tell you.
Brilliant.
Because you read, you read and you draw people in, and you have inflection in your voice, and it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Brilliant and fluent
Yes.
with understanding.
Articulate. Yes. Very articulate. Very good. So you keep reading orally, and we'll look forward to having you with some what you call them, audio books.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
Yes,
you heard
yes, reading
audio books?
audio books. Yes. Yeah, earning some money
Have you heard?
for your
Have you heard of
talent.
those?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Look, I'm clapping too. Somebody started clapping, so I'm clapping.
Cause I know I was across the room. I was listening. I was across the room, and I said, "Wait a minute! They didn't call the FBI, the military. They called SWAT."
Yeah, I'm like, man, there's a lot going on. This
And all it was a what? A blender. All it was a blender.
wow. And so,
Very nice.
uh-huh.
Good story. Good story.
Good story. Good. Might have a career in reading, being what? Readovers?
Yes,
Mhm.
Here, are you going?
Meredith,
Pardon?
when I get back to the studio, hopefully you can bring all the children down, and we had them on the radio. Had them
That's
reading
right.
on the radio.
And Lynette is a radio host in Greenville, Mississippi. Yeah. Okay. So, Hero, are you going last today? Are you ready?
Last.
Last. Okay. Okay. So, Mary, are you ready?
I can. How much time do I have? It's a poem, but it's not very long, but it's pictorial. Honey, I Love.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Honey, I Love by Lois Springfield.
Okay.
And it's a family book where families come together during the summer. It appears as if the family is moving back and forth. I thought about Lynette and the migration, where now they've moved to the north, but they come back and visit their friends in the south.
Okay.
So, Honey, I Love by Lois Springfield. I love a lot of things, a whole lot of things. Like, my cousin comes to visit, and he's from the South, because every word he says just kind of slides out of his mouth. I like the way he whistles, and I like the way he walks. But honey, let me tell you that I love the way he talks. I love the way my cousin talks. The day is hot and icky, and the sun sticks to my skin. Mr. Davis turns the hose on. Everybody jumps right in. The water stings my stomach, and I feel so nice and cool. Honey, let me tell you that I love a flying pool. I love to feel flying pool. And Renee comes out to play and brings her doll without a dress. I make a dress with paper, and that doll sure looks a mess. We laugh so loud and long and hard, the doll falls to the ground. Honey, let me tell you that I love the laughing sound. I love to make the laughing sound. And my uncle's car is crowded, and there's lots of food to eat. We're going down the country where the church folks like to meet. I'm looking out the window and the cows and trees outside. Honey, let me tell you that I love to take a ride. I love to take a family ride. And my mama's on the sofa, sewing buttons on my coat. I go and sit beside her and through playing with my boat. I hold her arm and kiss it because it feels so soft and warm. Honey, let me tell you that I love my mama's arm. I love to kiss my mama's arm. And it's not so late at night, but still I'm lying in bed. I guess I need my rest. At least that's what my mama said. Told me not to cry because she don't want to hear a peep. Honey, let me tell you, I don't love to go to sleep. I do not love to go to sleep. But I love a lot of things, a whole lot of things. And honey, I love me too. So it's very important to love you, to like you, to appreciate you. And you can't really appreciate others if you don't like you and appreciate yourself.
That's a very good
Honey,
story.
I love.
Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Well, here I have one poem, and then we're gonna let you take us out of here. So the poem that I'm gonna do is
Yes, ma'am.
okay. I'm gonna do Maya Angelou. Y'all heard of her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. She's one of the greatest. Okay. I'm doing Still I Rise, which she wrote in 1978. I never knew that until recently when I wrote down 3 poems and I dated them. You know, one I did earlier, I Too by Langston Hughes was published in 1926. And this one, 1978. Okay. Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Cause I walk like I get oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Cause I laugh like I get gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamond at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling. I bear in the tide. Maya Angelou. One of the greatest.
Yes.
Oh my God, that poem is just so inspirational. And it has so many things in terms of how Black people have been treated in society. Oh my God, and still what you just said. And but she's saying, just like Lacey Hughes, that it doesn't matter about these ups and downs. We're some bad people.
We're bad.
And we bad in your boat.
And keep us
And we
down.
got it going on.
All right.
Your sisters next are Cherish.
I'll try. You can read some girl.
Hello, how are you? You
Yeah,
reading today?
ma'am.
Are you reading today?
Do you want me to?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll pick a story. Read that. Um.
Clarence, did her sit closer to the camera so we could hear her? Y'all switch seats.
Well, she's still finding a story for to read. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, while we waiting on her, I have another poem I'll read while we waiting on her to get hers.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I wrote this one last year, 2019. And it's called Real Cool. I'm real cool when I go to school. I'm real cool when I get them books. I'm real cool when I learn. I'm real cool when I read. I'm real cool when I love mom. I'm real cool when I love pa. I'm real cool when I respect my teacher. I'm real cool when I respect my parents. I'm real cool when I break up the fight. I'm real cool when I beat the streetlights home. I'm real cool when I respect my elders. I'm real cool because I don't litter in my hood. I'm real cool when I spread my wings. I'm real cool when I take care of my things. I'm real cool in my fresh clothes. I'm real cool when I tell the truth. I look so good because my attitude is right. I shine so bright because I don't play the fool. Look at me. What do you see? A chocolate drop, a fly afro, locks or braids, brown eyes, blackberry, coolio, cool, that's me. I write because I can. You can too. Okay, that's it. You ready, Harris?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Who was that poem by?
Me. I wrote it last year. I'm a published poet and an author.
Oh,
And so is Mary Hardy. She's a teacher. She teaches an honor class in Greenville, Mississippi, and she's a author and a poet. and she owns the only black-owned bookstore in Greenville in the Mississippi Delta.
So when you're visiting the Mississippi Delta, come by and see me.
Right.
Have you been to the Delta? Been to Greenville?
I don't think so.
Well, when this pandemic is over, have your parents bring you to the Delta.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to go to your mother's farm.
Oh, that's right. You all could go down there anytime and
Yeah.
distance yourself and see those pigs and
Yeah.
cows. Yeah. I'll be down there next week. I'm going to spend the entire week of the 20th.
Okay. Oh yeah, the 20th, that's my birthday.
Okay. All
Uh-huh.
right. Well, happy birthday. Happy.
So you ready, Cherish, to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all switch seats so we can hear her better. And tell us what you're reading and hold the book up.
How the fox fell from heaven. The ox fell from heaven.
Oh, the ox.
Yes. And the story is told and illustrated by Lily Toy Hong. In the beginning, oxen did not live on earth. They could only be found in the heavens among the stars. They lived with the empire of all the heavens in his imperial palace. Clothed in robes of the finest silk, they reclined on below clouds. They never had to work, and their lives were easy.
Now show that again. What was that? What kind of character is that?
In oxes. They're oxes.
Oh, it's an ox. Okay.
In heaven. Life on earth was hard, especially hard since oxen did not live here. Farmers had no beasts. There was so little food that sometimes were 3, 4, even 5 days without a single meal. You are working. But the emperor of all the heavens, had not forgotten the earth. He knew that the poor peasants worked long and hard, and he believed that they should be able to eat every third day. With this in mind, he issued a decree. The people of earth shall eat at least once every 3 days. He called upon his most trusted messenger, the ox star, to deliver the message. Dressed in a magnificent silk robe and a golden crown, the ox star set off on a long and lonely journey down to earth.
And that was still an ox?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The sound dropping.
Understood the emperor's words. The emperor has declared you shall eat 3 times a day, every day. The peasants cheered and cheered. The emperor of all the heavens heard his messenger's mistake and was angry. When the ox star arrived back at the emperor palace, he found the gates were locked. His princely robe and royal crown vanished. Since you have betrayed my trust, the emperor roared, you shall never again be allowed in the heavens. The sky filled with lightning and thunder, and the ox star wept. Suddenly, everything turned dark. In a wild wind, the ox star was hurled through the stormy sky, down, down, down to earth he fell. Here it is.
So he fell from heaven?
Yes. From that day, the ox star became a beast of burden, helping farmers. Around his thick neck, he wore a heavy yoke, and through his nose, he wore a ring. The other oxen were sent to earth too. They labored day after day in the fields, pulling plows through the ground and at planting time and helping to gather the crops at harvest time. This is them working.
Okay.
Today, because of the ox star's ill fortune and his careless mistake, a bit of heaven remains on earth. For those who have an ox, good soil, and enough rain, life is not as hard as it once was. Best of all, they can eat warm rice, tender vegetables, and Chinese sweet cakes 3 times a day, every day. Now, when you look up at the night sky, so beautiful and bright, think of an ox star who fell from the heavens and of his blunder, which became a blessing. Them eating rice.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the end.
Very good. And the same goes to you. You're a very good fluent reader. And if you wanted to do voiceovers and audio books and make some money in that kind of profession, you have a great start as well. You're just both, I guess it just runs in the genes.
Very good.
And last but not least, we got Harry. And he's coming behind you all, and I hope you all continue to be a good example to your younger cousin of academic excellence and reading and learning and growing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Harry, you ready? I think you're going to have to unmute. I tried. I can hear.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Okay, he's unmuted now. And tell us what you're going to read this time.
Did I read 10 pages?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm reading Treasure Islands.
All right. That's a good story.
And long ago, a boy named Jim Hawkins lived and worked at an inn by the sea. The guests at the inn were often sailors passing through who told all kinds of wild stories. Jim had always longed to set sail and have his own adventure at sea. One day, an old man came to the inn. He said his name was Captain Billy Bones, and that he needed a room for just one night. When he saw Jim, he gave the boy a few pennies to take out for a one-legged man. Late the night, Captain Bones called to Jim. When Jim came to the bedside, he pulled out a map. "Do you know what this is, sonny boy?" croaked the old captain. "It's a treasure map. I'll keep it secret for years, and now it's yours." Captain Bones thrust the map into Jim's hand and told him to leave the next morning. Captain Billy Bones was gone. Jim had no way to follow the mysterious treasure map on his own, so he had to Squire Trelawney for help. Trelawney, Ross, Dr. Livesey, and the three of them decided to follow the map and find the treasure. To help them get a crew, Trelawney hired a cook named Long John Silver, who had once been a sailor. I'll find you ye the best crew that money can buy, promised Long John Silver. When Jim met Long John Silver, he was surprised to see that Long John Silver had a talking parrot and only one leg. The man, Captain Billy Bone, had warned him to look out for. Jim decided to keep an eye on Long John Silver. Their voyage. Before long, they were ready to set sail. Long John Silver had found a crew. Trelawney had bought a boat and hired a captain. The boat was called the Hispanioles, and its new captain was Captain Smollett. Jim was finally off on his very own adventure. Few weeks into the voyage, Jim was below dock when he heard some of the crew talking. He decided to hide in a barrel and listen. Once we reach the island, I'll take this boat from this landlubbers and steal the treasure for ourselves, cried the familiar voice. Jim realized that voice belonged to Long John Silver. The crew wasn't sailors, they were pirates. The pirates all began to laugh and cheer at Long John Silver's plan. Jim waited a long time for the pirates to go away before he climbed out of the barrel and ran to Captain Smollett. Trelawney and Dr. Livesey had told them all about what he had heard. Well, now we have the element of surprise, said Captain Smollett wisely. There are many of them and only 4 of us. We shall wait and see what they do. Before long, the island marked on the mysterious map was in sight. Land ho, cried Jim. And that's the 10 pages.
Okay. Well, are you going? Yeah, he did good always. Are you going to finish the rest of it in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us, summarize what you just read in those 10 pages?
Jim lived near Jim lived at an inn, and an old man, Captain Billy Bones, gave him a map to find treasure and told him to set sail. And then he asked Trelawney, and Trelawney brought Dr. Livesay, and Trelawney hired a cook named Long John Silver to get them a crew. Long John Silver got them a crew of pirates, and then they stole the, and that's it.
Okay.
That was a good summary.
And I read the whole thing.
Okay.
Hey,
And so,
It was only 24 pages.
Long John Silver was the
Mhm.
cook in your story, and that's
Yes,
the name
ma'am.
of the restaurant. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That the character was named after the restaurant. I mean, the restaurant was named after this character. What a
yeah. So,
Right.
so Henry, did you
Okay.
prepare that? Did you write your summary before reading, or did you read it and then write your summary? Or are you just telling us your summary by memory?
Telling.
You just
Telling.
telling it?
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
job.
That is wonderful.
he's
Good
going to the first
job.
grade.
And you're going to the first
You
grade.
all,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
all are brilliant. You all are brilliant.
Yes.
You're going to give your teacher a hard time.
She's gonna be joyful. She's gonna be so
It's
happy.
gonna be good.
All of your teachers gonna be happy.
That's
All
All
right.
your teachers gonna be happy.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
good.
he ain't got that. He ain't have to take the apple.
I'm me. Is he ready?
Mhm.
But I
They're
know his.
all gonna be classroom helpers. They're gonna help their
That's right.
classmates.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm so proud of you all.
Yes.
Damn. Very
Well,
good.
it's been another great session. Thank you.
It's
and,
getting better.
I'm gonna upload the video. You can see it on YouTube, Virtual Reading Fair, or Facebook, or on the website. But it'll be available in about 15 minutes. Thank you,
Oh.
and I hope to see you guys in the morning.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, have a
All
good
right,
day.
we see you all. Thank you
Bye-bye.
all for coming.
All right, thank
Enjoy
you.
you all.
Keep up the good work, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good.
All right.
We are so proud. We are very proud.
Harry.
All right, bye-bye.
Harry,
Yes.
read what I asked you. Read what I asked you.
Harry, see if you can come pick us up. to have it.
What that is? Okay, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.